Good evening, everyone. My name is Anupam Aysha. I'm an editor at LJRF Voice, and I just completed my 10th semester exams and in BBA LLB honors, and I studied in Government Law College, Kozhikode. So today, as you can see, my topic of discussion is enabling conversation, handling interviews. Before going straight into it, I would like to start my session by sharing with you people my experience and how I became a part of LGRF Voice and what has LGRF, how has LGRF changed my life. So we'll start with that. So before going into the session, I'll start with my session with this quote of Philip L. Graham, co-owner of the Washington Post. It goes like this: journalism is the first rough draft of history. As you all know, media is the fourth estate of realm, and it acts as a sort of a watchdog of our constitution and also the democratic government. And it plays a central role in sustaining and developing the democracy of the country. So with that, let me start my session. How I became a part of LGRF. So it was during January 2021. I came here as an intern for the 30-day internship program that Law and Justice Research Foundation had conducted. And it was, as you all know, it was during the pandemic. And my dear friend and the convener of LGRF Voice, and she was also my senior in college, Rani Alniada. She sent me this application that LGRF had invited interns. So it was during October or November of 2020. So the globe was very much disappointing at that point of time. We were all at home and the classes were happening online. So I was also very disappointed and pessimistic. But anyway, I submitted the application, and I can literally say that there is a phase in my life which can be, I can straightly point out the line that it goes like this: before LJRF and after LJRF. You will get to understand it by the end of this session. Okay. So I got in for the internship, and as every other interns, I also thought that I'll be dropping the relationship with LGRF after the internship got to an end. But it happened otherwise, because the objectives that LGRF existed for, and everything that they were doing, the programs that LGRF conducted had attracted me like anything, because it can be connected with that quote of Jalaluddin Rumi. It goes like this: what you are seeking is seeking you, right? So that's how I became a part of LGRF. And these are some of the stepping stones that LGRF had gifted me. These are some of the nameable and tangible things, but there are many more vast number of things which I am unable to name. So that's why I had written only these points. First thing is being an editor at LGRF Voice. So as a student of law, LGRF Voice had, it had given me opportunities to read, research, and network with people like I had never did before. So as a student of law, and also as a human being, being an editor at LGRF Voice has helped me so much. That's the first thing. Second thing is the internship at Mullah and Mullah, Craig Bland and Caro. So as a student of a government college in Kerala, I always had, I always had a less confidence in applying for internship in full service and top tier law firms. But it was through LJRF and especially through Safi Mohan sir that this internship happened. And the experience I got during that 1 month internship, and what that internship had taught me was, it was really amazing. And I hope you people also may get to experience it once if you are going to be a part of LGRF. And third point is being a part of the Center for Probation Reforms. I am a trainer of in the probation training program. I got a chance to attend a 2-day training workshop that happened in Trivandrum conducted by the Social Justice Department of Kerala, and it happened last year. And yes, I'm also a part of the Center for Probation Reforms. That's another thing that LGRF had took me to. The fourth thing is Mission Better Tomorrow. You people may be knowing about this is an initiative but by Sri Vijayan IPS, and there are a lot of programs that is happening under the banner of Mission Better Tomorrow. You may be knowing about Student Police Cadet (SPC), then Nanma Foundation, Post, which is a talk series that is happening weekly, etc. So a group of us, people of LGRF are a part of the legal team of Mission Better Tomorrow. We draft their bylaw, constitution, etc. Even though we had studied drafting in our college and all, this was the first time that I was experiencing it in a real, it in a real instance, and that's an amazing experience, of course. And another thing is the Teachers Development Program and the Project Complete Lawyering, two of the very prestigious initiatives of Law and Justice Research Foundation. Uh, Teachers Development Program is a program for UGC net coaching for students, and Project Complete Lawyering, you might be knowing about it by now. It's an initiative to train final year law students before they get into, before they enroll to become advocates, and to lessen their, hardships while they are starting their career. That's what Project Complete Lawyering is existing for, and I'm a student coordinator of the same. The last three things are very personal to me. So first two are network, and second is public speaking skills. So I was an introvert during my school days, and it had changed a lot during my high school and high secondary classes, and also during college after getting into law college. But to be frank, I had never got so many so many opportunities or chances to do or increase, develop my skills, public speaking skills. So through LJRF, I'm getting a lot of chances, and I have some things to do every day in LJRF. So uh, that's how it helped me in my public speaking skills. And talking about networking, not talking about an artificial way of networking, like go to some person for the sake of networking. It's not that. In LGRF, it happens, very naturally. It will be a natural process, because for each and every program, you have to call people and get to know them, etc. So that's what about networking is. And the last thing, a busy schedule. People may think that it's a very negative thing to have a busy schedule, but not for me. I remember a family of mine who got retired at the age of 56. He told me once that the the greatest blessing a human being will have is a busy schedule, because only after in not having a busy schedule, people will understand its worthless. Because you if you have nothing to expect for the next day, or if you're not excited for waking up the next day to do something, then you will be, you will be in a you will be in something, you will be thinking about things that you should not be thinking about. And it's a lazy life. That's very horrible, right? So in LJRF, yesterday I published a paper. I published an article in LJRF Voice. Today I have this talk. Tomorrow I'll be organizing the session for you people. So I always have a schedule to do. I have something to do. My exams got over last week, but I am relaxing. I'm not saying that I have no time to relax, but yet I have some things to do. I have not stopped doing things. That's what it is all about. As I told you earlier, I have just mentioned the nameable things. There are a lot to be added to this. Okay. Now, yes, what do I do in LJRF Voice? So, being an editor, the first thing after Raniel assigns us article, what we do is we do the preliminary plagiarism check and we review it. And after that, after this preliminary check is complete, only we will send it for review to a reviewer who will be an academician or an officer. And from at that point of time, the editor will be acting as a bridge between the reviewer and the author, and whatever the reviewer suggests or any corrections, etc., will be communicated with the author, and there will be a constant communication with the author also. And at last, we'll be doing the editing part after taking into account the suggestions that are given by the reviewer, and last will be publishing it. That's a flow chart of what I'll be doing. I am doing as an editor of LJRF. Now, yes, let's move on to interviews. So, interviews is a very interesting part of journalism, of course. I used to read only interviews whenever I get a Vanita or a Grihalakshmi, etc. during my childhood. It's interesting because it's a one-on-one conversation with people, right? So there's something interesting with it. So the two things that you should keep in mind while doing an interview is, first thing is, you should confirm the mode of the interview with the other person, the interviewee. You should confirm it. You should consider their convenience also. Second thing is, before you publish the final draft of the interview, you should send a copy of it to the other person to get their approval. Only after you can only publish it after getting their approval. That are the two things you should keep in mind. Okay. Now, different modes of interview. Uh, yes, there is a traditional interview, as you know, two people sitting face to face. The other person will be asking question, and another person will be replying, and this person interviewer will be noting down or recording it. Second mode is phone interview. It happens via phone, and the one person will ask questions, the other person will be answering. A third mode is interview via video conferencing. It happens like this through any mode of video conference. And last one is written interview. It happens like you'll be drafting some questions and you'll be sending it via email, or you'll be giving it to them in person, and the interviewee will be answering it for you and writing the answers and send it back to you. That's how written interview works. That's all about different modes of interview. Now, how to excel the interview. So, as you can see, the first 3 points are research, research, and research. There's no loophole for that. Research is the first and primary thing that's the base for all the things that you should be doing afterwards. If that's not there, nothing will be there. So do your research, do what I mean, just know about and read about what this person is doing, who this person is, what is this person famous for, etc. And the fourth point is prepare the questions. So after doing the research, you should be preparing the questions that you should be asking the other person, and the preparation of questions should be, it should contain certain questions. I'll talk about it in the next slide. And after preparing question, you should confirm the convenient mode, time, and place of the interview for the other person. After all, it is the other person's interview, right? So or her convenience should be ensured. And 6 point, as I have given it in capitals, listen. Even though you are recording or noting down things, you should listen to it. Even though the recorder is on, you cannot stop listening, because the next question you are going to ask should be based on first question's answer, right? Okay, that's it. And last thing, note down or record everything that the person is talking about. That's all about how to excel the interview. Now, 3 types of questions. These 3 types of questions should definitely be included in an interview questionnaire. First thing is general questions. That is, generally, it can be considered as a question, the beginning question or starting question. through which you can get into the interview. The starting trouble can be overcome with that. Now, it includes what encouraged them to get into this position. If it is a minister, you can ask them, what is that one point when you thought that you'll become a minister, or what encouraged you, or what is what are the real duties of a minister, etc. Second type of questions are experience or background questions. In that, you can ask them about where they spent their childhood, or where they studied, etc. How they became this in how they came and became in this person. That can be asked in the, as the and that is another set of questions. And third thing is in-depth questions. If this person is famous at this point of time for a specific reason, you can ask a deep questions about those things, but do not begin the interview with that question. You can ask that in between or towards the end, etc. So these are the three types of questions which you should ensure that that are in your questionnaire. Now, publishing an interview. So, while publishing an interview, you should ensure that the reader, you should keep the readers in mind. So, for that reason, you should give a complete profile of the person that you are interviewing, and it should include what they do, what made them famous, etc. Okay, and second thing is mention what that person is talking about. If that person is talking about a specific course, you should mention it there. What this person is now talking to this person about this thing. That's how you do it. And third thing is, in case of a recorded interview, these are some of the two important points. You should not imagine and write things. And if in case of doubts, you should clarify it, because it's humane to have doubts, right? So in that case, you should not fill the blanks by your thoughts. What you should do it, you should call that person and ensure that this is it, because that too much against the ethics of a journalist. Okay, so that's it about my session, and that's it about interviews and enabling conversations, etc. And I would like to end this session by quoting Julian Assange. It goes like this: if journalism is good, it is controversial. Thank you.